Hey, this is John Howell here, and this is our first podcast for the weekly or the devotion motivation channel. And this whole channel is all about if this is obviously the first episode, but this whole channel is all about taking a message from the Bible or using God for fuel, for juice to our lives, so we can get excited, so we can get motivated, so we can push through, and using quotes from the Bible and looking at God and using that for everyday life to help us move forward. Sometimes we can go to church and the message we get is simply down, out, just not good. Well, I shouldn't say not good. It's a good message, but it's draining. You might be there, right? You might be in a situation where, and I'm puffing because I'm actually just going for a walk while I'm doing this podcast for you. But you might be there, right? You might be there where, you go to some churches and the church message you get is good, but it feels like draining. You don't get the uplift like you do when that's going to give you that continued motivation moving forward. So that's what this whole podcast channel is all about, is to help you move forward. Now, let's actually hit one spot right here, right now. There's something that I'm going through that might be able to help you. Let's talk about pain. Let's talk about relationships. I believe God has a plan for all of us, and it's so hard to see that plan when we go through so much pain. Like right now, I made one of the biggest mistakes of my life by actually divorcing my wife. Going through it, I thought I was making the right decision of divorcing my wife. But now looking back, it was the worst decision I made by actually doing that. So, in the last sort of 4 or 5 months, I've been trying to push to get my ex back, but I've been very, very close, but so far away at the exact same time, if you know what I mean. So I want to talk about relationships, and I want to talk about pain. I believe as we go through something so significant as a relationship breakup, or even or even some sort of pain in our life, like relationships, I believe what we need to do, and especially here's a bit of relationship advice that I've been figuring out in the last 4 or 5 months, is that don't be there all the time with your ex. If you're there all the time, they're just gonna say, "Oh, cool, he's there all the time." But if you stand back and let them contact you, and then you just be nice, and talk about relationships all the time, then things can start to move forward for you. I know for the last 4 or 5 months I've been chasing my ex, and it was just last week that I said, "You know what? I'm not going to contact her so much. I'm going to let her contact me. And when I do contact her, it's going to be short, sweet, to the point, and good morning, hope you have a beautiful day," things like that. And within literally 5 days, things turn around completely for me and my ex. Now, not completely where we're together, but we gained so much momentum literally in just a short period of time. So through prayer and through the actions, things can happen. Now, I do believe, and I know I know that I'll get my ex back, but while I'm going through this pain, where I'm crying every day because I want my family back, because I have 3 kids as well, I want my family back, and I want to be a family again. But it's hard because I know I made the biggest mistake of my life. So what do you do? What do you do when you're down and out? What do you do when you're going through this situation? Well, the best thing you can do is, instead of saying, "Why, God?" sometimes I go into what we call the why. Why, God? Why is this happening to me? Or why is this happening? Why is this happening at all? Why am I going through this pain? Can you just please stop it? And the whole thing and the whole situation there is, what we need to do is we need to say, instead of saying, "Why, God?" because remember, our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions are going to create our future. Okay, along with the gifts and gifts and prayer of God. Now, what we need to do is, yes, we need to pray. Instead of saying, "Why, God? Why is this always happening? Why is this happening to me?" We simply just need to pray. Instead of coming from a why bad state, and I know this is hard to do, but what we need to do is we need to come from a state of saying, "You know what, God? Thank you that I'm still alive. Thank you that I still get a chance. Thank you that I still get that chance to be back with my ex. Thank you, God, that my children are healthy and happy. Thank you, God, that I'm safe. Thank you, God, that I've got a roof over my head. Thank you, God, that I still have a chance to be back with my ex. Now, it might not seem like it right now, because like my ex, she's actually dating someone, and it seems so hard to get through sometimes. But what we need to do is we need to continue to move forward, continue to push forward, continue to make that work, continue to make that happen, and things will start to turn around. But if we're taking a day on a negative vibe, meaning we're taking a day on that negative stance, where you're thinking negative thoughts like, oh, I can't get her back, and I'm so disappointed, I need her back, then one, nothing's going to get done. I've been there many of days lately, and it's not a good thing to be through. I'm talking to you what's happening to me right now, and on top of that, yeah, nothing gets done in your down state, and nothing gets done. But if you seriously want to get your ex back, or you're going through a hard breakup, then what do you think your ex wants to see? You crying? Or you being so excited about life and so happy to do things? So excited about life and so happy to do things, right? And so that's where you need to be. And so to be in that state, you need to first get your mind right. And to get your mind right, just come from a place of abundance. You know what? Just simply say, thank you, God, for this. Thank you, God, for that. Thank you for this. I'm so happy and grateful now for this. You know, and then literally, I do believe in visualization, and I know this is hard because it's even hard for me right now. But what I'm telling you right now to do is what I've been doing. Also, what I'm going to be doing is stop, close your eyes, picture whatever you want in your life, and really hold that thought in your mind. If you read Science of Getting Rich and Think and Grow Rich and stuff like that, you will know that books like that, it's been proven time and time again. Call it God, you know, or if you're not that religious on God, call it the universe. But your thoughts, your words, your feelings and your actions towards things is going to create things. I know last week I had, you know, massive growth in my business last week. Things are going well with my ex Michelle, and things are moving forward. Make sense? So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we are continually moving forward in that manner. We're simply coming from a place of abundance instead of from a place of scarcity. Make sense? So through the pain in life, I know it's hard, but we need to start coming from a place of saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we do that, one, we're going to feel better, but two, it's going to say, you know what, I still have a chance. And if we're crying all the time and we're down all the time and nothing's happening all the time, then that's going to simply repel our exes, our girlfriend or our exes away. Okay, through that, what your partner wants to see or your exes wants to see, if they want to get back with you, is that you're doing things, you're excited, you're moving forward. I know so many times I'm saying I cry every day about you and I want to be with you and can't see this, can't believe this, so upset. And when that happens, it simply just pushes her away. Can I be with you? Relationship talk. And it just pushes away. But when I'm not upset and I'm talking about all these exciting things I'm doing and I'm so excited about this, I'm so excited about that, and I dress nice, then she's a lot more attracted to me. Make sense? So, and on top of that, it's going to be much better for your soul as well too. Okay, so through the devotion and through the weekly motivation on this talk, we're talking about pain, we're talking about relationships, and we're talking about prayer. Always look to God, and instead of saying, why God is this happening to me, just say, you know what, instead of saying, why don't I have this, look at all the things you do have, be grateful for that, and the abundance, I believe the abundance of your prayer by saying thank you and looking at all the good things you have will start to bring a positive vibe to your soul and to your body. And on top of all that, it will bring a sense of uplifting to you moving forward, and that alone is going to give you a much better chance of getting back with your partner if you wanted to do that like I do, and that's going to move forward. So above all, I pray for you every day, and if you do need some prayer and you do need me to pray for you, then head on down to officialjohnhowe.com. That's officialjohnhowe.com. Log on to the contact us page and just simply tell me your issues and tell me your problems, and I'm happy to sit down and have a prayer for you before I go to sleep or whatever. All right. So if you want to do that, head on down there, click the contact us page, and I'm happy to pray for you moving forward. Remember, this is John Howell here from officialjohnhowe.com, and remember, God is always with you. It might not seem so fair at the time, but the pain we're going through right now, I believe God is putting us through to challenge us to achieve something greater. This is John Howell here from officialjohnhowe.com, and remember that God is always with you and success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.